Hello? Hello? Focus. Holy crap. Alright, I got it to reset. It works. Okay, so I pulled down the ceiling, most of it. You can see, yeah. Turns out only one of those things was leaking. So I'm going to just pop that one side off. I'm not going to fix the port side at all. There's nothing wrong with it. There we go. I'm waiting for resin to dry. I'm sorry I didn't show this ridiculous botched job of a patch I did here. You can see up there, that's where that bolt came through and it was all rotten. I think it'll be okay. It's not pretty, but it'll work. That's how a lot of stuff is around here. That's how I am. Go figure. It is now time to address this issue here. Unfortunately, with all the leaking, this has gotten super rotten in here, and that's no good. I'm going to tear this one out. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. The damaged portion kind of only went back a couple inches. So you can see, like, that's it right there. So I'm not even going to bother fixing that. It's right next to a curve. It's not structural. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. So I decided I want a light under here. My reason being that this light is 110 AC, so shore power. It's not going to exist for a lot longer, and there's no other light anywhere in this area, which is, I mean, it's a little head cubby. Really, that'll be just a dark hole. So I'm putting a light up underneath here. I replaced the goofy ass splicing with these three-way splices. I got a couple of different lights somewhere. So you got this light, which is ugly, might work, and then this other light, which is also not terribly attractive, but it's smaller and I like it better. So we're just going to see which one makes more light out of there. I'm going to test that out a little bit later when it's dark. I realized it wouldn't be too hard to block off most of the natural light in here, so I went ahead and plugged these in, and I'm going to give them a try, see which one works better. It's actually a really pitiful amount of light. And then in red mode, see, that's perfect. For a night light, that would be great. That's actually really perfect. But I think that for a really bright light, it's pretty dim. So, okay, and the other one, oh, the other one's a nice warm LED, more diffuse. I actually like that a lot better. And it also has a night mode, which is also not so bad. I think that's going to be the winner. Alright, I put that pretty much cleaned up for the most part here, and what I ran into a problem is I made a mistake. So this piece, if you can see, is supposed to go up and then push the ceiling piece up and then connect into the plywood there, which there is no plywood there obviously. So I'm putting in this bit of plexiglass. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a pen and I'm going to mark this all along where it needs to be cut. And then I'm going to take this piece, which I cut off, use it as a stencil for some more plywood, and then I'm going to glue that in behind it, and then hopefully I'll have something to stick to. Sometimes I have great ideas. Check it out. It's going to fit like a glove. I know this because I already checked, just to make sure. But, boom. Look at that. I mean, almost perfect. pretty much. Good enough. Except for that little hump there. But still, it's like super good. That's a little bit there. See? Plexiglass template is a win. Now I just need to glue this thing in. Polyester resin. West System Microfibers. A paste that basically is like a jelly. I'm going to load it up. Whoops. Like this. But yeah, all I'm doing is I'm putting this in here. I'm going to put it in place and then I'm going to squish it out essentially. So I don't want very much because this is a pretty good fit as it is. I'm just going to let that just hang out overnight. There's going to be a little bit of a space there where it doesn't quite line up, but I think overall it'll be okay. It's a rainy day. Welcome back. I am going to take this plastic off. Pretty darn well, if you ask me. Nice. I'm going to give you a little progression. Start out with this. It's a frame made out of ripped down, very thin strips of cedar. And I use that as a stencil, essentially, to trace onto some thin plywood to make that, which I then glue, onto the wall and then put a screw in the middle because the glue doesn't really hold very well. And then I paint to look a little bit more something like that. And then when it's done, well, it's not done, but I trim it out and it'll look all fancy like, but we still need more trim, and the ceiling obviously will go back. But this is turning out pretty good. I'm super excited. I don't know if this really does it justice to show the difference, but this is very rough, and there's some old stain on it, I think, maybe, but it's not a very good stain. It's very dried out and it's very rough, and this, so smooth, so soft. Crazy. There's a little bit of staining on this one that I just could not get out. And I'm not sure what it's from, but overall, for the most part, these things look pretty darn nice, and they're really going to brighten that room up, having them be white instead of disgusting brown. Man, I have to say, it's not done, but look how much brighter and more cheerful it is down there. It's so bright. So happy. I don't know why it looks blue, but seriously, that is such a huge improvement over what it was before. Okay, observe, if you will, the delightful paint. Look at that. Here, let's get down in here. Look at that. Focus. There we go. Look at how delightful that is. So nice. Such an improvement over before. But wait, what is this? Oh, you know what happened? Is it was leaking. I don't know why it was leaking. I swear I had everything fixed. So I gotta take this panel off again and get up under there and see why. I found it right up in there, and I'll show you why on the outside in just a second. Alright, see how this get a nice squishy outy constant bond of goo? Okay, well over here I replaced these last summer. There's a gap because this is damaged. So that's exactly why. It's when the rain's blowing water from the back, it's going down in there. So that's what I gotta fix. So I can fix it. That's not that big of a deal. I feel way better now. Once that gets done, I'll put a bed in there and then it'll be home. So aside from the pile of trash, it's not trash, it's just stuff I don't have a home for, and a couple of trim pieces, and I need a pillow. This cabin back here is done. So, mattress is heavier than it looks. I had to carry it all the way from down the dock. So yeah, we're done back here. You can see, nice and light and pretty. Got all the wood except for, like I said, a couple of pieces, but I have those. And then got the little head in here. Sink works, toilet works. Couple of little finishing touches and put some port lights back in here and we're done. So I am working on the main cabin right now, the salon, doing basically the same things that I did in here with the walls. So that'll be what's coming up, I think.